Hey guys, today I want to get into a video that the Beyblade English official channel just dropped on November 2nd. At the time of recording, this is November 4th. So I saw it come up this weekend, which I had a ton of stuff I was doing, but I definitely put it off until this morning to watch, so that way my take would be fresh for this video. So it is a video called Behind the Spin, 25 Years of Beyblade Magic. And it's a short-ish video. It's about 6.5 minutes. And they go through 2 interviews. The biggest takeaway for me in the first interview, where they talk about the 2D design and the anime and the manga and stuff like that. The biggest takeaway for me in that interview was the very beginning, when they talk about how when it originally came out, it was aimed at children. But as time has gone on, adults have started to treat it as a norm, right? Obviously, I'm an adult. I have kids who are into Beyblade, and I am also into Beyblade. So they're noticing that, and that is the biggest piece that was the takeaway for me in interview 1, was the fact that they're taking notice. At least Takara Tomy is taking notice. And obviously this is on the Beyblade English channel. So Hasbro, I mean, do I think that they're putting that much effort into it? No. But if they're putting it out here, then it's kind of a give me, right? Like, hey, we know that there are adults. The fact that the GameStop tournaments have kids and adult divisions, they're starting to notice, hey, this is more serious than maybe we initially thought, right? In Burst, I know that there were a lot, it was highly aimed at children. I don't really care what your theories are. The blade designs, the anime, everything was aimed at children. And then with the evolution into X, you look at the anime, they got a totally different illustrator, right, for the manga and the anime. They're looking at getting back to more serious type music for the intros and stuff like that. And then this interview is pointing at, hey, we know that there are adults out there, and adults are starting to take this very seriously and starting to treat it as more of the norm. And there are pictures running up ahead, kind of showing you just screenshots from that interview. And then going into the second interview, which was kind of a production of, which is interesting enough. It's not really interesting enough for me to talk about here, but the piece at the end of the interview, which again, there are pictures scrolling through this whole review video, I guess. The most important thing in the second interview was how much testing they do for new bits or new blades, right? New pieces. I don't know how much they do for ratchets, but they even say yeah, we look back into our old stuff, right? And we'll do several combinations with our old stuff just to make sure that everything is working out the right way. And they have manila folders full of test battles. I think they say they do up to 20 combinations, something like that. 20 combinations, over 100 battle results for each blade, which is interesting to me because realistically, it's a toy company, right? And for them to put out another toy for us to play with is not hard. They could say, yep, this one looks a little different, kick it out. And I hate to say this, right? As I am trying to support more and more Hasbro stuff. But when you look at, we'll just say Shark Edge and Bite Croc, right? They're the exact same blade, just a little bit of retooling. I don't think Hasbro is saying, hey, with this retooling, let's look at weights. Let's see how it affects all of these different combinations. Let's look at all of these different statistics. And then it is or it isn't a retooling that we want to put out. I think they're saying, yeah, crocodiles are cool. Pump that one out. Oh, Yell Kong? Didn't King Kong movie just come out? Pump that one out, right? Hasbro is looking at, Iron Man, Thanos, Star Wars stuff, Transformers stuff. They're saying, can we retool this to look kind of cool? Pump it out. Takara Tomy, where all of this comes from, where all of it stems from, right? We can at least trace that back to say someone is doing the research. Someone is doing the testing. Doesn't matter to me where it is, because Hasbro is just taking those CAD files, changing a little bit, and shooting it back off again. So this little snippet that we got on the English channel was very interesting to me. But it was the little things they said that were way more interesting, where I think a lot of people would skip the how to build process. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're super into how they design them, and that's cool. I know there are a ton of people out there designing blades. I am here to fight blades, right? I'm here to battle. So those two pieces are the most interesting to me. One, the fact that they're noticing, hey, adults are into this, and this is kind of something we can continue to push, geared towards adults. They see us, right? They see their audience. And two, there's a lot of development. And I think that ties into the first thing, right? They could only put so much crap out without testing, and then for us to stop, like with Burst, right? I know Burst didn't have a super strong following, and a lot of people stopped following the Hasbro Burst altogether because it was such a terrible showing. But with X, at least Takara Tomy, if Hasbro starts to go cheaper with their blades, we see that Takara Tomy is aiming, well, I guess a third thing, they're aiming at a 50-year legacy. Right now they're at 25, and they have no thoughts of saying, well, yeah, in our 5-year plan, we hope to make it one more line, right? They're saying, yeah, we're already looking at 50 years. We're not really looking at 25 anymore. We're looking at 50, which is kind of insane to me. If Beyblade could make it to 50, right? That would be very intense, very interesting. But I'll leave the link for that entire video in the description below. Make sure you go through, watch that video, support them, support the Beyblade channel, support other Baytubers covering this, support anybody who is making content for Beyblade, because that is kind of the motivation here, right? I'm getting on watching these videos because I am motivated about Beyblade, but what motivates me even more is seeing that you guys are motivated about Beyblade. Yeah, other Baytubers can get on here, and that can motivate some. But other Baytubers don't really motivate me, because some of them are driven by money, right? I'm not saying everyone is, but and some of them are out there to generate views, which again ties back into the money. But if you really want to support Beyblade as a hobby, as a, some people want to say it's a sport, you have to go to the source, whether it's Hasbro, Takara Tomy, whatever. Support those channels, like those videos, comment on those, and let me know what you think of the 25 years of Beyblade in the comments down below. Hey, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I hope everybody has an absolutely phenomenal day.